And then at regionals, I had a really great race and then a really great relay split after. So I knew I was in shape and I was capable of doing it. I just had to kind of put my fears aside and run fearless, because it's easy to kind of spook yourself a little bit in the 400-meter hurdles with there being a 400, but also with barriers in the way. It's kind of easy to psych yourself out. So I just kind of had to turn my mind off for a second.
As you reflect on, I know it just happened, but did it seem almost flawless to you? Was there a moment where you felt like the pattern slipped out of sync there at all, or was it just smooth the whole way?
Yeah, it was actually pretty smooth the whole way. It was the exact pattern that we've been focusing on all season, so to finally see it come to fruition was very special.
How does it feel to break a record, a collegiate record that was held by Sydney and McLaughlin?
Yeah, like I said, I grew up looking up to Sydney, and so I was able to meet her this summer running in the Olympic final, and so it kind of felt full circle for me for a bit, yeah.
Savannah, to that point, I remember I asked you, even after the runner-up performance guide, Jasmine, but with the time, I said, like, is this like the intel that you needed to say, like, I'm not only going to be in the Olympic final, but I'm going to be a fourth. So I will now revise the question to say, when we see that time, not only Lord willing health providing in the world final, but medal contender?
Yeah, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but definitely not going to put a cap on it. Definitely not going to put a ceiling over myself.
But like we talked about the other day, like just in terms of the building, right? I mean, like you have a really good quality amount of time, like just to even continue to sharpen and stuff like that.
Yeah,
even after such a brilliant performance like that, is that almost, you know, something to be as equally excited about, the fact that like there's still a lot of time to get that much better before Japan?
Yes, that definitely is exciting. It's almost as if we have a whole nother season coming up, so we got 3 more months. So we're going to take some time off to decompress and kind of soak it all in, and then get right back to it for the next season, I guess you could call it. But
how do you, just at the point you are in your life, not even as an athlete, like how do you appreciate this moment versus 2023?
Yeah, this is really special, of course, because that was my last race as a Michigan Wolverine. So I put my jersey on this morning, and I told my coach this is the last time I put this uniform on. So I just wanted to do it justice. Michigan has given me a lot in the last 4 years, and my coaches and the support staff have been to my side through all the ups and downs. And so just wanted to make everybody proud. My whole family is in the stands, my parents, brothers, sister-in-law, baby nephew, and everybody. So just trying to do it for everyone else and make everybody proud.
Do you have a time in mind that you thought you could hit coming in?
Yeah, so I kind of alluded to it before, but back in February I wrote on the whiteboard in my room 52.70, and so every morning I woke up and I looked at it, and I knew that was what it was going to take to break the collegiate record, and that was a goal for me throughout the season, so I definitely manifested it as much as possible this year.
Yeah, and you're top 10 all time in the world, so how does that feel?
That feels pretty unreal. I actually didn't realize that until a couple minutes ago. I was reading some messages from my teammates, so yeah, that's pretty crazy. I definitely never thought I was going to be here, especially if you asked me when I was a freshman, I would have told you that you're crazy if you told me that, so definitely feels pretty amazing.
So how did you get to this point from being that freshman?
Yeah, I think just a lot of trust in my coaching staff. I had a coaching change from freshman to sophomore year, so that was a big thing, and over the last 3 years have built great relationships with all of the coaching staff and all of my teammates, and I've always had so much support from my friends and my family, and so I definitely credit all of it to them, because I don't think that I would be here without any of them.
Savannah, I mean, like Doug said, like pretty darn flawless over the barriers. I'm sure you'll go back and look at the video, and you are as real a critic as anyone, in finding those things. But like just all those opportunities that you've had, indoor and outdoor, on flat 400s and stuff like that, like just. What is that level of confidence and belief now in between the barriers at this point in your career?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot. I knew going in that on paper I had the fastest flat 400 time out of all the girls, and so knowing that and knowing that all I have to really clean up is the barriers in between was definitely a huge confidence booster, because I can handle myself in between the hurdles as long as I get over them cleanly.
Thank you.